I mean, being rich and black means something, man. Don't you know that? Being poor and black don't mean shit. We're living in different times. When you and I were young kids, I mean, there were no heroes. We got all sorts of heroes now. But there are kids out there who look up to me, man.
Man, can't you see that's just teaching black kids to exploit their own kind? And that's sick.
Well, it's not sick, man. It's sick when you get a chance to get out of a rat-infested ghetto and you don't.
Oh, wow, then you really lost your love for the brothers altogether then, haven't you?
I mean, don't be dropping that brotherly love shit.
The educators, brother. It's 2.2 black men in special education. It's 1.2 black men in prison. Now, you do the math. What do they got in common? Special education and prison. It's a known fact. If you be in special education, it's a good chance you'll be in prison. What's so special about special education? What's special about it? There's nothing special about it. It was designed because you put a child in special education, you get so much fun every year for a special education student. Wake up, folks.
Money.
That's all I'm asking. It's all about money on the black or young black males.
Now, you were talking about education. Are they getting educated in prison?
No, they're not getting educated. They're getting more trained to be better con men. Because an idle mind is the devil's playground. So while they're there, their mind is being idle, and the little program they set up in prison, just a few inmates could attend them. And you got to understand, over 70% of the prisoners are functioning illiterate. They read on a third grade education. And that's sad, folks.
70%?
Over 70% of them read on a third grade education. Some couldn't even read their name, boy, if you put it on a box cover. And it's sad, folks. Let's wake up. Jesus said you should know the truth. He said, not believe the truth. He said you should know the truth. And the truth should set us free. So we don't know the truth. And that's why we still got these slave mental mentality, folks.
So I see the city of Meridian got a zero tolerance plan now for these, mostly, we're going to call it like we see it, for these young black males. They got zero tolerance for them. They see them walking down the street with a hood on, they pulling them over. What we got to say about that, man? You
know, during slavery, they had the same thing, zero tolerance plan for the slave. We couldn't walk on the same side of the sidewalk with the slave master. In South Carolina, they had drums on the sidewalk. When a white person passed by us, we had to put our head inside that drum. Brothers and sisters, if we don't wake up on the zero tolerance law, it's specific target at our young black male and you too females. It's targeted us. And it's another reason why they can put you in jail right now as a juvenile. They certify us for any little small incident. And if we don't wake up as a people, we're going to be in great, great trouble. We can't look at President Obama think he's going to free us. We got to free our own self in Meridian, Mississippi, in our own community. And I ask and beg most of these preachers around here, get out in the community. Let's walk and talk to these young brothers and try to see some of the major problems they have. Let's try to solve them and work with them.
That's the only way, because the average gang, Ray on the street don't know Mr. Preacher up in the pulpit.
Yes, sir.
So how we going to bring them together?
The preacher got to get out the pulpit, because young brothers see preachers as pulpit pimps. They see them as pimp. So why should they give a pimp their money when they get on the street and give another person their money too? So if the preachers, if they will wake up and come out the building, that ain't the house of God. God said he do not dwell in temple built with the hands of man. He dwells in the temple that he built. Don't you understand what we saying? Masons, Shriners, and Eastern Star? Let's raise Solomon temple. The real human being is the temple of God. So let's go to work, pastors. Get out there and pulpit. Get in the highways and the byways where Jesus, the black Messiah, was. Let's wake up.
All right, Brother Bell, we're going to close this thing out now. What you think about our public school system around here?
First, before we close this out, brother, I want to thank you for allowing me this interview. And thank you for the good job you have always been doing in the community.
Yes, sir.
In the school system, if we closely look at it, why the dropout rate is so high. because you're not teaching our children properly. You're teaching them from a Eurocentric aspect of the knowledge of what you think. Even in the church, it's the same way. We're taught from a European-centric idea of how Jesus looked. If we really want to teach our children, we got to teach them from an Afrocentric perspective. We got to let them see themselves in the education system. We got to go back to the beginning, and it is Africa. But we as a people want a country instead of the continent. When we say go back to Africa, we talking about mentally, education-wise. We got to go to Egypt, as some people call it. But we understand that Kemet, the land of the black and the burnt-faced people. If black people are the original people of the earth, scholar, archaeologists, anthropologists agree with what I'm saying. If we are black, we should learn more about ourselves. And next month is what we call Black History Month. Now, why do they give us 28 days to teach us about our history, when our history don't have no beginning or no end? We are Alpha and Omega, if you want to put it in that perspective. But they give 28 days to teach us about different people from their point of view of slavery. We are great people. And until we learn ourselves, we can't learn nobody else. And I talk to many education students, and I talk to the teachers also in the hood, as we want to call it. And they agree with me 100% that part of it is not the student, because we have brilliant students in the school. Put them in front of a computer. Put them in front of one of them games. And they'll show you how they will master a truly education center, education around them. When they see themselves in their computer, they want to stay there all day and play their computer. They'll do the same thing with a textbook if we truly gave them the right education. So we got to do away with this education system, or we'll be here in the next 40 years talking about the same subject. But I want the community to wake up, because crime is going to get higher. We're going to see more robbers. We're going to see more burglars. We're going to see more other crimes in the black community. And it's affecting us. It's our community, so we should police our own community. We don't need nobody to come from the outside. We need to go in the community and try to talk to our young brothers who hang on the street. A gang is not bad. It's the way that you use the gang for their purpose. They have the Boy Scout. That was the Boy Scout was created for. It was designed for them to communicate with one another. And that's what the gang for. Because they don't see no love in the house. They don't see no love in the school. They don't see no love in the church. So they see love among each other in the street. So we can take these same gang members, as we call them, and put the right knowledge in their mind, and they'll go. I want to thank you once again, Brother Tabia, for the interview. Peace. Assalamu alaikum, brother.